The problem with exercising is there's no one size fits all. There is no exercise methodology or leader or set of disciples that has all the answers in the book about how to make your body work. But I can tell you, the number one problem that I see people face is they want to know, how do I make my body fit like a glove? How do I feel more energy? Because the truth is I feel tired. How do I not need a lacrosse ball, a Theragun, a Hyperice, a X, Y, or Z fix my tissue? And the truth is, calculated exercises. There are ways to exercise that thread the needle of a lot of different disciplines and balances out your body. But one easy way to think about how to balance out your exercise program is look at what's the opposite of what you're doing. So if you're doing a lot of yoga, you're probably doing a lot of flexibility and a lot of stretching. There are two ways to balance that out. Do you add a strength training program that is very different from the stretching? Or do you balance something out by getting stronger while you maintain a degree of flexibility? You have to ask yourself what your goals are. What's your purpose? And then you can kind of reverse engineer from there what's going to get you closer towards that outcome. So when you look at your exercise program, you need to assess how much time you're spending with one certain style of movement, and you need to ask yourself, what are the other styles of movement that I can do in order to balance that out? Because the truth is, if you overcommit to one style of movement, chances are you're going to create an imbalance in your body. Now, I believe in chiropractic, acupuncture, massage, using all the available tools for body work. I think they are all fundamental parts of today's world because we're sitting, we're standing, and our bodies are aching more than ever because we're not out moving as much as our ancestors did. So the truth is, these problems are going to continue to happen, and the best thing you can do is to learn how to create more resilient tissue. How do you create tissue that bounces back, that's more pliable, that has more plasticity to it, so it becomes more resilient? So if you hit an ache or a pain, it lasts for an hour a day at most, but it doesn't stick with you. It doesn't stay inside of your system. One of the easiest ways to do that is as you are looking at your big movement idea to make sure that you're integrating some form of stretching and strengthening, some form of cardiovascular or breath work. I think breath work, I have seen more people drop their heart rate as a regular ongoing, what their resting heart rate is, through breath work than I have cardiovascular activities. So there's a lot out there, and the truth is, you have probably been beaten down through our cultural conditioning to only think of a certain number of resources on how you should move. But the main thing that I want you to take away from this video is this. However you are moving, just ask yourself, what's the opposite of that? And start to look around and find some people who can enlighten you. Or maybe there's some areas of your body you're curious about that you can start to ask some good questions and start to find some good information that can start to teach you about your body, because the truth is, you only get one. And if you've ever had surgery, then you know how precious this system is, and you really can identify with the need and the necessity to have resilient tissue, because it's not just that injuries happen, but you want to quickly bounce back. You don't want to spend that lag time where you're just down and out, because you know what? Exercising and movement, it's good for your body, it's good for your soul. So in the end, building resilient tissue is as easy as looking, how can I broaden my movement to include other modalities that are important for me and my body so I don't overcompensate by only sticking with one style. So if you enjoyed this, check out DominicSessa.com, check out my YouTube, sign up for my newsletter. If you're on my newsletter, thanks for being here, and we'll talk again soon.